Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe, some online, and I'm bringing a video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know. And I am here in Sonoma County at the Administration Center waiting for a civil court hearing that has become a criminal court hearing. It was continued, but the details aren't too important. I want to make a comment here one last time about the due process that people are expected to receive in the United States, whether you're in California or any state. There's a bare minimum requirement by any court in the nation, and that is a presumption of innocence, some kind of investigation, some kind of due process where you're allowed to provide extenuating evidence to exonerate yourself potentially. It turns out, unfortunately, we have gotten in the habit, we being California and other states in the Union, have gotten in the habit of presuming guilt. This has happened many times throughout history, most notably in Salem, Massachusetts, during the Spanish Inquisition, and other times when the presumption of guilt was extended primarily, and then the accused is burdened with proving their innocence. Now, what is the difference, you ask? What is the difference between presuming guilt versus presuming innocence? Well, first of all, our courts are required by law, by their description, their founding documents, to presume innocence for a very good reason, because if you presume guilt, all that is needed for a conviction is an absence of evidence. In the absence of evidence, if you are forced to prove your innocence, you're already done. You're condemned at that point. And this is such a wild conflict with any kind of justice, any kind of reasonable due process, that it was patently and very specifically made illegal in the United States to presume guilt, like it has in other countries, actually. So, one more time, the courts are super important. A court hearing is super important for the purpose of allowing an individual to present evidence to defend themselves when they are accused. And the point here is that before you testify on your own behalf, that is with a lawyer, take the box, or go to trial, such as it is, you have an opportunity to build your case in your favor, to defend yourself, and to actually present the evidence. But unfortunately, nowadays, such is a foregone conclusion that you have done it. You've already committed the crime, and I've actually heard this from law enforcement and court officials, that you wouldn't be here if you hadn't done something. You wouldn't have been arrested to begin with if you had been innocent. And this is just another way to say that if the symbol, the legal symbol, the law, fits your behavior, we don't need a courtroom, which is obviously a presumption of guilt. They're saying, in other words, one more time, that if this legal description that we have in our book, it's a symbol, fits your action, regardless of whether it was positive, constructive, good behavior, consensual, whether or not there was damage, doesn't matter. If the symbol fits your action, we're going to say that you broke the law without investigation, without due process, without any consideration of circumstances whatsoever, which is patently illegal. It's illegal. It's a violation of the very founding rights that every single citizen in the United States has in this country. That is to say, a presumption of innocence. You are innocent until you go to trial, are actually investigated, prosecuted, and convicted. But not in this country anymore. No, the entire process has gone off the rails, it has failed, and you are said to be guilty if you even get arrested at all. I've heard this from law enforcement directly, so something to think about. I will follow up with another video, at which point I am able. My next hearing starts in 20 minutes, so reach out if you like with questions down below. Thank you.